Sorry. Phone cut me off. Go figure. Anyways. Thank you, everybody who's been showing me support. Everybody who continues to show me support. It really means a lot to me. I wish I could see everybody who has subscribed, and then I could give shout outs accordingly. Unfortunately, I don't know who all has subscribed. I know some, but I don't know all. And yeah, so I want to talk about bullying, favoritism, and playing victim. Because in the end, when you really think about it, all three of those kind of come together, You bully because you play favoritism, and then you play victim when you get called on being a bully. So, a couple weeks ago, my son was being picked on, and there was nothing that I could do aside from talk to the principal, which I did, and I guess it's helped. But when I found out that they were picking on my son because he's autistic, I'll admit that I was infuriated. Who wouldn't be as a parent, But when you have more than one child, you try to spread your time and attention equally. I don't know about other people, but for me, spreading the love equally, that should be an automatic thing anyway. And I'll admit it's hard, because it's really not that hard. They actually do pretty well, it's just me and my daughter all day while my son is at school. So, when he comes home or when we get home, I spend time with him doing his homework. Obviously I don't have an extra 8 hours to be just with him only. I always read them a bedtime story. I always try to do things that the three of us can do. Therefore, they don't feel left out or anything. Unfortunately, my son has been being favored by people, and they've been picking on my daughter, and that infuriates me. Yes, she does whine a lot, but to me, it's what do you expect? We don't go and do stuff, if I had money, I'd be more than happy to just take her and ride the bus all day, but for the most part, we're home all day, and we're in our room all day. You know, really the only time she gets to get out is when we take my son to school. And it hurts me to see how she's being picked on. And I try to talk about it, I try to bring it up, but it just ends up turning into a big old fight. And personally, I'm so sick and tired of fighting with people. I'm just done. I can't. It's not even a matter of I can't. I don't want to fight anymore. You know? I try to make the peace. I try to get everybody to get along. You know? I try to make this community where we can all just be together and get along and, you know, actually support one another. You know, like a family or a team is supposed to do. And I know nothing happens overnight. I see that. I know nothing happens overnight, but honestly, there hasn't even been a change, and it's been over a month. It's kind of discouraging, you know? Like, whatever. But, you know, when you pick on somebody, or when you play favoritism, that is the thing that gets me the most. Growing up, all I ever heard was how my grandma favored me and my sister. And to me, it was more like my parents favored my brothers. You know, like, to me, that's how it seemed. Like, I knew that my grandma favored me, you know, over my brothers, sometimes. There's a reason for that. I'm just not allowed to talk about what that reason is yet. But when you play favoritism, you know, and the people who you're favoriting over other people, you're gonna take what they say to heart. And if they lie and they say that this other person is picking on them or not being fair, blah, 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 you in turn are going to become a bully. And you're going to bully other people. I mean, I should know. I used to be a bully. I was in 7th grade. And I was so desperate to have friends that a girl that I'd known since 4th grade when I started there, I honestly considered her to be my best friend because she was the only one who was nice to me when I transferred. And she wasn't popular or anything, you know, but she was nice. And I thought it was nice. And when I was in 7th grade, we were still friends. But this popular girl, good job. This popular girl told me that my friend had been talking shit about me and, you know, that I need better friends and, you know, I guess what girls do at that age. But, you know, I talked to my friend about it, And I was like, hey, this is what so-and-so is saying. You know. And, like, we try to work through it and whatever, but, in the end, because I was so desperate for friends and because this girl was so popular, I knew she would get me a reputation or friends or whatever. So I started picking on my friend and I started calling her names. I started shunning her out, and then one day in the bathroom, I punched her because all the popular girls were in there, and basically it was like my initiation. I felt like shit after that. And watching her cry. So all the popular girls started laughing and called me a loser and all this other shit, saying I can't believe you really thought we were gonna let a stupid loser dyke like you be a part of us, or something like that. So I grabbed my friend and I hugged her, and I was telling her how sorry I was, and I told her to hit me back, but she didn't. So that was the one and only time I was a bully, because after that I felt so horrible, and I don't know how people who are bullies, who do it daily, can live with themselves. Like, my grandpa's a bully. Some people I know are bullies. But anyway. Now, because of favoritism and bullying comes playing the victim. Now, because you're playing favoritism that caused you to be a bully, and you're being called out on your shit, now you want to play victim? I don't think so. You cannot play victim when you're the one who caused it to begin with. That would be like if I was president of the United States and I decided I was gonna start World War III with let's just say World War III. So this war starts going on and everything, and you know, our soldiers are dying and shit because it's a fucking war, you know. And then somebody comes to interview me and I'm just like, well, I'm a really good, caring person and I didn't mean no harm, but I felt this war was necessary for absolutely no reason other than because I'm harboring horrible feelings towards certain people. Excuse me, sorry. Like, seriously, that's what playing victim is. You know, that's like Well, it's like, it'd be like if I walked around stabbing people's feet. Oh, well, they got in my way, and, you know, they hurt my feelings. They disrespected me. You know, and then I say it's psychologically, it's because I was stunned by 2 stingrays and bit by 1 when I was 12. Like, bruh, come on. At some point in your life, you have to stop playing victim. There's a lot of people who tell me still that I play victim all the time. I would love to know when, because playing victim is not something that I do. And if I'm doing it, you better have the facts to back it up. Seriously. Because if I was playing victim, I would stay in my bed. My son wouldn't even go to school. I wouldn't feed them. I wouldn't take care of my kids. I wouldn't do anything, and I'd just lay there. I can't. My heart is broken. He left me with nothing. Like, seriously. Seriously. Grow the fuck up. God, man. At some point in your life, you just have to stop all the fucking bullshit. You have to stop all the fucking pettiness. You know? Stop with the bullying. Stop picking on a gender or a sexuality, or just stop picking on everybody. Stop being so judgmental. Stop making people feel sorry for themselves or feeling bad about themselves. It's not worth it. Shoes. Emma. Shoes. Just stop. Stop playing favoritism. Like, who cares if somebody did... There's a difference between showing gratitude towards somebody who's done more than, like, anybody else, and then just completely putting somebody on a pedestal for totally different reasons. Like, oh, it is so infuriating. And I'm not saying that because I'm jealous or any of that other bullshit that somebody recently said to me. And stop playing victim. Seriously. Nobody gives a shit. Grow the fuck up. Shit happens. Life happens. And if we all just fucking played victim every time something bad happened to us, oh my god. Like, just stop. Just stop with all the bullshit. Just stop with the nonsense. Stop with the pettiness. I'm 27 years old, and yes, I am still desperate for friends. I can admit that. But you know what? At the same time, I'm not really willing to make any friends because I don't trust anybody. And there were friends that I've met over the last couple months that I thought were friends. And guess what? They turned out to be a joke. So, I'm okay with the handful of friends that I have right now. And I've always been okay with just a handful of friends. Because I'd rather have a handful of real friends than a fucking posse of fake friends. I don't need nor do I want no sheep. I know things will be different in a couple months when I have my own place and I'm working and I have my PlayStation and I'm able to play with said handful of friends. It'll be different and it'll be fun and it'll be great. I'm not down for all that petty shit though. I have way too much going on as it is, and I don't care for it. I don't want it. And that's just that, in my opinion. You know, the saying goes, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. Well, don't lie, don't sugarcoat, don't bully, don't play victim, don't play favoritism. And, you know, just keep doing you, but in a good way. There's no need to be an asshole or a bitch, unless, of course, the situation calls for it. So, it's not that hard, guys. It's really not. That makes me naive or stupid. I still get picked on. I still get called names. Some people tried to bully in a nice way. Like the friend I was living with, whenever I did something kind of stupid, she'd be like, "Oh, good job. Good job. Good job." Like, took everything I had not to slap her, to be honest. But good job should only be said when somebody actually does a good job, not to make people feel stupid for doing something or saying something. But it is what it is. And now it is time for us to scoot our way home. As always, if you would like to know more, please subscribe, like this video, leave a comment if you like. You know, if you have any suggestions or opinions, I'd be more than happy to listen and discuss them with you or for you. All my information is in the description down below. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, and yeah. So, thanks guys. I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye.